Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So, don't really know what we're going to talk about today. Ray's going to join me from his home. He probably won't be on camera, so there is a bunch of protests going on, so we might have those playing up on the side. And if Ray's ready to come up, I will bring him up. Hello, Ray. Hey, Tony.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, another day, another day.
Another day in paradise.
Well, it's getting to be more paradise the more that Elon is pissing off the left.
Hmm.
I love it, man.
Hey, it's time to get rid of all this fucking bullshit spending. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
These are our tax dollars. I don't fucking agree with or support the way they're being spent. And it's about time we as Americans actually state that.
exactly. We need to hold our government accountable because they want to track everything that we spend money on. Like if I send Ray $601 on Cash App, the government wants to know about it, which is stupid.
And yeah, I do apologize. You don't get to see my pretty face today. I know I bring sexy to the channel, but just not today.
It would take a whole lot of somebody other than me and you to bring sexy to this channel.
I'm sexy enough for the both of us.
Yeah. Uh,
I ooze sexy.
yeah, you something. So the other night, I saw that these little pro Mexican protesters were down in Chandler, Arizona. They stopped protesting in Phoenix, which I knew it was going to happen because for those of you that don't know, Phoenix PD is the FAFO kings of cops. They don't take no bullshit.
Quelling riots one nut at a time.
Hmm. And I love it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying I support the way Phoenix PD handles themselves, but they do get results.
They get the job done. And I just thought it was funny that they moved to Chandler,
I mean,
the most lame suburbia town ever. Chandler. Which, if you guys don't know where Chandler is directly south of like where Ray lives. Now, south of where I live is Gilbert. Gilbert's a really nice area.
you don't. Yeah, Gilbert. The only thing the cops want to do over there is get you for DUI,
Yep.
and they will.
Oh, yeah. Which here in Arizona, say somebody my size or Ray's size has 3 beers and then we drive. We get pulled over. That's the DUI. It's that little. If my daughter has a beer and drives and she gets stopped, that's a DUI. That's how low the I don't know what the actual term for it is, but they don't fuck around here. And it used to really not fuck around when Sheriff Joe had his tent city. Pink clothes and green bologna. And there were people that hated it. And I'm like, then don't break the law and you won't have to go to tent city. And I loved it that there was a tank outside that says sheriff's department on it. A fucking tank.
Well, I'm not a big fan of police. I do believe that cops tend to trample the rights of the citizenry a little bit too much. I mean, we are, as they say, we are a nation of laws. No
Yep.
one person is above the law. That means the police too. So things like qualified immunity, no, we need to get rid of that shit real fast. But not only on a state levels and municipal levels, but on a federal level. No one can break the law. I don't care if
Oh,
you're trying to stop. I don't care if you're trying to prevent somebody from breaking the law or you're trying to enforce law. That does not give you the right to break the law yourself. Two wrongs never make a right.
nope. And speaking of breaking the law, Trump removed all rights or something from Biden. He is now basically a normal child snipping old man. And I love it. And boy, the left is losing their ever loving two brain cells.
Well, one of the problems that we have is that we have these judges now that are stepping up and trying to apparently be the savior for the left.
Mm-hmm.
We have a federal judge blocking Elon Musk's Doge access to critical treasury payment system. I mean, this is ridiculous.
And for anybody that's worried about Elon Musk having access to all of our information and social security numbers and stuff, that's probably the only man I would trust with my social security number because he ain't going to want to do anything with my bad credit, fucked up social security number. And I'm sure he doesn't want anybody else's stuff. And for the anonymous group that leaked President Trump's social security number, anybody trying to use that social security number, there's going to be some shiny stainless steel bracelets waiting for you. There's even a ex-con on social media called JD Delay that went to prison for fraud. And he was like, that's one social security number I wouldn't touch with $1 million. He goes, because if you FA with Trump's social security number, you're going to find out real quick. And yes, we have a bunch of idiot protesters out. I'm going to put them up on the screen, but just have them muted. Now, if I can get it bigger. Hang on here. There we go. And if you guys don't know the channel that I'm restreaming, that's Portland Andy. Great channel. He puts a lot of work into his live streams because he has OBS figured out. I've tried to use OBS. Nah. It takes too long to set everything up. I don't want to spend an hour trying to set stuff up to make a 15-minute video that only like 10 people watch.
Now, this whole bullshit, protesting bullshit is just that. It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit. You
That's
have people
exactly
that don't have fucking lives, that don't work, that are not being a positive part of society. Look, Mexico is Mexico, okay? And yeah, this whole bullshit, this birthright citizenship, these immigrants, yes, it does strike me to the core because I'm second generation. Okay, my grandfather knocked on the door of the United States and waited to be let in. He didn't sneak in the
Exactly.
back door or the side door. He knocked, he waited, he came in and became a productive member of the American society.
Exactly. Just like if a pregnant woman came into my home and then boom had a crotch goblin, that crotch goblin is not a leaseholder of my apartment. And like I've been saying on all these restreams, it's going to get violent. It's already gotten violent in Los Angeles in the past 2 days. And if this doesn't get shut down, this will be Summer of Love 2.0. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Summer of Love, that's when the BLM riots happened. Because the BLM riots started the exact same way. Started as a peaceful protest and then turned violent when
Now,
they stopped getting all the recognition they wanted. They were wanting the federal government to really listen to them. And of course, federal government was like, yeah, kick fucking rocks. So then they started burning stuff down and ending people's lives. One of the people that they ended the life of was a retired black police officer. So it wasn't, the whole, you know, Black Lives Matter stuff when they pick and choose who they want to end the lives of. Oh, you're a black police officer? Nope, I see you.
we don't need no damn summer of love. What we need is a summer of evictions.
Yep,
Get them out.
a
Do
summer of
not
GTFO.
do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Get the fuck out.
And I've been seeing videos all over the internet on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere of legal uh citizens that are Mexican that are saying that what you guys are doing is wrong. And when your own people are saying what you're doing is wrong, you're doing something wrong.
I'm saying it needs to stop. I mean, god damn, we can barely survive as it is as a country. We're so far in fucking debt that literally the next step for America is the American nation. The United States government is going to be like Zimbabwe and shit like that, where it's completely bankrupt. We're going to start seeing, $100,000 notes being
Yep.
printed for daily use because we don't have anything to back the United States dollar.
Nope.
The United States dollar is complete fiat currency. It used to be backed by silver and gold, but now it's only backed by the faith. And I'm sorry, I'm having no faith in the United States government.
Me neither. Well, I have a little bit more now that Trump is in there doing what I wish Trump would have did the first time.
Trump
But
is only
see,
going to be able to do so much. I mean, he's not the be all end all savior.
exactly. But this version of Trump that we got now is the Trump I wanted the first time. He had to learn everything the first time. His whole draining the swamp, locking up Hillary Clinton. And yes, I will throw Donald Trump under the bus. You will never see me in Trump gear. And it pisses a lot of people off. Like, you need to fully support him. And I'm like, no, my channel is about facts. And if Trump messes up, then I will make a video about it, just like I did when he was president the first time. Now, who I'm really supporting is Elon. Elon is fucking wreaking havoc. There's a video going around of these congressmen trying to get into the Department of Education, and the doors were locked.
Well,
Because
I love it that we have, people out there. What you posted earlier, Cat Williams, damn it.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
that
what
was epic.
a black comedian, and he's got some serious political views, but even he was like, no, we
This
not in
is
Mexico. You
Phoenix.
this is not Mexico. If you want to go back to Mexico.
And I knew exactly the place that he was at. Because me and my wife went to a concert there, and it was a concert that they were also shooting a music video at. It's the Celebrity Theater.
Yeah, I know where
It's
that's at.
it's got a rotating stage.
But really it's pathetic. I mean,
Yeah,
you see what we've all now seen what was spent by USAID on shit. No, the Americans overall do not support funding for that fucking bullshit.
yeah, because it's stupid stuff.
I mean,
Like, oh, we're gonna send millions of dollars for Sesame Street in some foreign country.
could you imagine what how much good that kind of money could have done here in the United States for our veterans,
Yeah,
for our
and see,
homeless, our mentally challenged?
and that's where I'm fully America first. When we don't have any homeless here, does it choose to be homeless? Now, I used to live down in the heart of the ghetto on 27th Avenue in Van Buren when I started my channel. That is the heart of the ghetto. There's people that choose to be homeless, that get enough money from the government to live on every month to rent a place, but they choose to be homeless. I think it's weird. But the ones that don't choose to be homeless, that are still out here, and of course, our Arizona government's all like, "Oh, we'll just get rid of the zone," which was where they all camped out in downtown Phoenix, and then they all spread out, and then they go to neighborhoods that didn't have any homeless, and then those neighborhoods, those taxpayers that are wealthy, start bitching because now they're when they're driving to Starbucks, they're passing homeless people. They start bitching and they end up going right back to the zone.
When it comes to vagrants, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on the subject because for the most part, they're choosing the life that they're living. They choose to do the drugs.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry, drug addict or not, you can stop drugs if you want to. The thing
exactly.
is, you don't want to.
I used to be a huge pothead. And by huge pothead, I mean that I've been rolling my own cigarettes for since I figured out how to roll cigarettes. Well, up until about 10 years ago, before I met my current wife, uh, there was half tobacco and half the good stuff mixed in with it. I was in a constant level of stoned. As Stoner Gump would say,
So apparently now California approves $50 million to protect immigrants and defend state against Trump administration. Where the fuck is California coming up with this money? It's time that the United States federal government stops giving Canada or California money.
yep.
You want to violate federal laws? You don't get federal funding.
What I thought was funny is the other day my wife comes in here and she goes, "Who the hell is this border czar?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's Tom Homan. Can't you hear him walking?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Well, Trump's got 24 karat gold plated balls. Tom Homan's got balls made out of military grade steel. and they're clanging when he's walking around. So I pulled up a bunch of videos and stuff, and she was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Yeah." And let me introduce you to Trump's administration. Here's Pete Hegseth. Here's Pete Hegseth with no shirt on. And she was like, "Ooh, he's got tattoos." I'm like, "Yeah." And they were trying to get him because he's got tattoos. And I was like, and hopefully the person that's going to be in charge of the ATF is going to change the ATF big time. I don't remember the dude's name, but from what I understand, he is very pro Second Amendment. Especially the part in there where it says shall not be infringed.
Then you have these weirdos, and yeah, they're weirdos. Transgender, non-binary people sue Trump administration over passport policy. Look,
Yep.
you're male or you're female, one or the other.
The little kid 20 plus years ago in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Kindergarten Cop, explained it perfectly. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina, which I literally spit my drink out when I was watching that movie in the theater because I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, he actually said it.
I mean, it comes out straight out. I mean, look, 1,000 years from now, when there's nothing but fucking bones left of your body,
Mhm.
they can tell whether you're a male biologically or a female biologically.
Yes, we've all watched NCIS with Ducky when there's just a skeleton laying on his exam table.
So
And
you're
he can
one of
tell,
two. There is no non-binary. There is no transgender sex. No.
yeah.
You want to self-identify as a fucking Fruit Loop? That's fine. But
But
let's
don't make,
understand what the key words here are. Self. That
yeah.
means you, not plural.
And I'm not anti gay. I helped raise this girl named Sabea, 100% gay. But she's like the little 5 foot tall, 100 pound, I want to be a man gay, and she will kick your fucking ass to prove it. She's called me dad for since she was 10 years old, and she's pushing 30. But she understands that when I talk about anti gay shit, it's not the OG LG, lesbians and gays. It's the MNOP plus after it.
No, I'm sorry.
I
I'll
thought it
honestly
was,
state I am
I,
anti-homosexual. I think, and I'm sorry. Call me a fuddy duddy. I don't care. Call me homophobic. Really? I don't fear homosexuality. I just know it's wrong. But it is a mental defect. That's all homosexuality is. It's a mental fucking defect. Nowhere else in the animal kingdom do you see any other animal, mammal, insect, whatever, no other living organism practices homosexuality.
nope, because they all know that they have to procreate to continue their species, which I was in a live stream like a month ago, and they were talking about it was a conservative live stream, And the guys in there were talking about, well, there was a couple girls on panel too, and they let me up on panel, which I was like, before you let me up, I need to come with a warning label. And I'm like, here's some facts about having kids in 2024. And I laid out all the facts on how much money it takes to raise a kid. When I was a kid, when Ray was a kid, it was about $2,500 a year. Now it's almost $25,000 a year to raise a child. And yes, everybody was like, well, yeah, but people are making more money. And I'm like, my first job in 1991, I made $4 an hour. That was minimum wage. Now minimum wage is what? 7 something, maybe 8, like the federal minimum wage. I'm like, my first apartment was $150 a month. Yes, it was a shithole, but it was mine. $150 a month. My home here, which Ray's seen twice now, and it's nothing fancy, it's small as shit, is fucking $1,700 a month.
If you take into consideration the cost of living today, and also you take in consideration inflation and all those factors, you're living poorer now than they did back in the 1800s.
Yeah,
believe it or not. Yeah, think about it. With the cost of living, see, back then a penny was a lot of money. 1 cent. That's why we had it. It was a lot of cent. It was a lot of money.
Yep.
Today we throw away pennies. Oh, go walking down the street,
Not me.
penny falls out. Oh well, it's just a penny.
Not me. I got a whole drawer full of 1981 and older pennies in my kitchen. Why? Because that's when pennies were mostly copper.
You go to the you go to the convenience store, get yourself a soda. You have a $1 bill, and the total comes to 96 cents for your soda. I just keep the 4 pennies.
Yep.
We don't care about the penny is worthless nowadays, but back then that was a lot of fucking money.
Yep.
So yeah, we make more, but we pay more to live. So if you look at it, we're living actually poorer now than what we did back in the 1800s.
And everybody,
why do we think that we live better? Because, well, we have a lot more advanced technology now.
We have a lot more junk. And I have said it. I have helped friends of mine move. And every time I help them move, I will go to Walmart and get a pack of those little yard sale stickers. And I'll write the date on them. I have literally helped friends move where I've gone into a closet and pulled out boxes that had a date on them that I put on there on that little sticker 2 years ago. And I set that box in that closet. And I'm pulling the box back out and I'm like, this needs to go in the trash. And they're like, no, why? And I'm like, see the sticker in this date? I wrote this date on the sticker. I put the sticker on this box. I set it in your closet 2 years ago. You ain't touched it in 2 years. You have no idea what's in this. Get rid of it. And yes, when me and my wife move, it takes a lot for us to move because, well, one, I have a whole room full of tech here, 2 complete computer setups. There's 2 televisions in this room. There's a lot of shit. And then we got to rent a truck to move our gym. And yes, Ray can back me up on this. We don't have a living room. We have a gym. There's no couch or lazy boy in our living room. It is workout stuff. The whole room is full of it. But people just don't want to get rid of stuff. And people I don't know why they think that they deserve to have, you know, a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house with a 2-car garage and granite countertops and stainless steel appliances, you know, and each kid has to have their own bedroom. Like, I don't even know if they sell bunk beds anymore, like actual bunk beds. When me and my brother were growing up, we lived in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house that was literally falling apart. We had bunk beds in our room.
Well, for the longest time, me and my brother shared a room with bunk beds.
And now it's like you've got to have a 1,800 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. You got to have a pool, which I always laugh at people that own pools. The other grandpa in our family, Shane, has a big, nice house that's probably worth a couple $1,000,000, and it's got a pool. I asked him once, I'm like, Shane, when was the last time you were in that pool? And he goes, at Renly's last birthday party. That was a year ago. So he's paying all that money to maintain that pool, the chemicals and the power to clean it and stuff. And he doesn't use it. And it's actually heated. He has it plumbed to like some weird water filled solar panels up on his roof. The pool is heated. And it's like, that's a whole lot of wasted money. Of course, he has the money to waste on it because he builds custom Harleys. And I'm not talking like biker build up style Harleys. I'm talking Harleys with $20,000 paint jobs. You know, the ones that got the air suspension on the back and like a 32-inch front wheel on it and a sound system that will rival most concert venues. But yeah, like everybody's like, oh, I gotta have this fancy home and that fancy home, and it's like, no. Like I have always said, I will never live in a place with granite countertops if I owned it. Because for the simple fact, you can go buy laminate ones a whole lot cheaper. And if you had the storage space, you can literally change out your laminate countertops seasonally. It's easy to change out laminate countertops. They just screw down to your cabinets. If you have one of those right angle power screwdrivers, they're easy to change out. And everybody's like, oh, I got to have granite or marble or no. But the biggest trend for homes now that, oh my God, since me and my wife were looking for a new apartment in Phoenix, the one thing that I hate that's becoming the fucking trend now is a kitchen island with the sink in it. I don't want my dirty dishes being the focal point of my damn kitchen. Because it just seems stupid. That's like, oh, here's this fancy kitchen island with the waterfall edges where the countertop goes down to the floor. And they put a sink right in it. Like if you want to put something in the kitchen island, put the stove in it. So when you're cooking dinner, especially for like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff, you could conversate with everybody in there. But no, they put the ugly kitchen sink front and center. And yes, we found a couple places that we're going to go look at because my wife actually likes being a security guard. And she looked scary as hell in her uniform.
Oh, she took a security job position?
Yeah, because she's worked healthcare, dealing with people with Alzheimer's and dementia for like 10 years now, and she's getting burnt out on it, which
Ah,
I understand because once a week she comes home and is like, "Oh, so and so died, so and so died," and I'm like, "Yeah." Or taking care of people that are in their 80s and they take less meds than I do, which she's always talking about that. Which, good news, everybody, I went to my doctor Thursday, and I'm down 25 pounds.
congrats.
Thank God there's a drug called Trulicity. It's supposed to be a diabetic drug, but it helps you lose
Well,
weight.
it's actually a weight loss drug, but it benefits diabetics.
And if you haven't heard of Trulicity, you probably heard of Ozempic. It's basically the knockoff version of Ozempic. My doctor wanted me on Ozempic, and my insurance was like, yeah, no. Which meaning I don't know how much Ozempic is, but one of my meds that I have to take twice a day is over $1,000 a month, and they pay for it. So Ozempic's got to be higher than that. But he was all like, "Yeah, you're doing good. You're losing weight." He goes, "Are you exercising more?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no." He goes, "You need to exercise." And I'm like, "I get exercise. My kitchen is down a long hallway. I have to walk from my studio down a long hallway to the coffee maker and walk back." And he's like, "That's not exercise." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Because I'm like, I could easily set up a coffee bar in my studio where I would have to walk to the kitchen. And he was all like, just shaking his head. He goes, "You are a mess." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. But at least you agreed to see me the first time when I walked in." And he was like, "Well, yeah, I looked at your medical records and was like, you guys are playing a joke on me. There's nobody in this room because nobody can survive 8 heart attacks and 2 strokes." And he goes, "And I walked in the door, and here you are, not even having to use a cane or a walker," which I do have a cane. I haven't had to use it in a long time, but there's days where I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing anything, which those days suck. And I've always said my good days would cause everybody else to go to the hospital. So when I say that I'm having a bad day, yeah, you'd be thinking that you were like totally dying.
So anybody during a replay of this wonder why I'm not there today? Well, one, I broke the key in the lock, so I gotta wait for a new lock to arrive so I can do that. And I got some
Broke. Okay, well, hang on. Broke the key to lock in your truck or in your home?
in the home. The main door, the key broke, so I'm waiting for a
Okay,
new lock to arrive.
okay. How?
I don't. I yanked it just right.
Because
It was.
I've never broken a key
It's a
off, and
cheap key. I bent it so many times that it was weak.
oh, hopefully my friend from uh, Utah buys it. I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I found this uh, Ford Thunderbird keychain that's got 2 keys on it, and it was from like the 70s. and the keys haven't been cut yet. And I'm like, bro, you got a 75 Thunderbird that this would work perfect on. And the guy's selling it for $100. So you could literally take that to a like an Ace Hardware and get keys made and have a custom keychain with keys on it for your car. And I was like, oh, that thing is so sick. I spend too much time on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, so not only do I have that, but as soon as I'm done here with you, I gotta get out there and do some serious work on the truck, get some wiring ran from the bed rack, the antennas on the bed rack up into the cab, and then connect the radios. And yes,
Right.
radios plural. Right now I
That's
have, the regular radio in there, but a CB radio.
that's always fun.
And I'll be adding a GMRS radio shortly.
I hate wiring so much. And if I could pull my desk out, the amount of wires that are behind my desk, there's probably 30 wires behind my desk. And the fact that you can't see most of them gives me PTSD when I got to changing a wire out.
Well, it's doing actual wiring doesn't bother me. It's the running the wires and tucking the wires and shit like that, the tedious part.
Cable management.
And then the wiring itself, I mean, I still got to wire in a new fuse box into the truck so that all my lighting and everything is protected.
Yep.
You've seen the hood of my truck. I mean, I have what 5-6 different light bars on it.
And people always use relays and a fuse box because a wiring fire is not something that you will want. And there's actually a company now that makes a like a whole wiring kit to run like aftermarket stuff on your truck. And it's a box that mounts under the hood with the relays and the fuses in it, and then a box that mounts inside that you can custom put labels on it, and the box lights up and stuff. I don't remember the name of it, but I watched a YouTube channel called Fab Rats. One of the guys on that channel installed one on their tow truck, and it was pretty damn cool.
But not only do I have, my regular backup lights on the truck, every car has backup lights, but I have 4 additional lights that I've got to hook up for the backup light so that I can have much more vision, which comes in handy when you start trailering things. You want to be able to see what you're backing when you back into that trailer just right so that you can get it hitched up.
Yeah, my neighbor's F-250, I think he's got the 2 factory ones and I think 4 other ones. And the 4 other ones I think are the rigid 3-inch pods. Like if he's backing up in the dark, my camera that's out the window, as soon as the sun goes down, goes into black and white mode. And when he pulls up and starts backing up, he puts out enough light that my camera thinks the sun's back up, and we'll go back to color.
Well, that's just like on the rear. I have 2 6-inch LED bars to back up the rear, to illuminate the rear. But no, I really need to buckle down and start getting some of this shit accomplished on the truck.
Before it turns into 100 and Satan's butt crack hot here.
Right,
which
and that
current
temperature's coming real fast.
current temperature outside, guys, is 80 degrees. That's the temperature on my patio right now in the shade, 80 degrees. It's 83 in my studio. Since I started this live stream 47 minutes ago, the temperatures went up 4 degrees in my studio. But I know if I turn the air on, my wife is going to be like, what the fuck? But it gets warm in this studio. When that door's closed, oh, it gets warm. Yeah, I've been wanting to, since I bought the car, to put one bright LED light in the back of my car, like where the hatch is. Because it's got one like incandescent bulb on the side, but that doesn't light up jack shit. I want to put one on the hatch door when it opens up that shines down in the back, so I have lighting in there. And I still got to fix the upper control arm. But my wife was like, "Well, I could buy it whatever you want because it's only like $40 from Amazon. But I don't know when we're going to have time to put it on." And I'm like, exactly. I don't know if it's going to be a 1 hour job or an 8 hour job. And I can't do it here. I got to go over to my daughter's place an hour away in Phoenix to do it at her house because her boyfriend, Randy, has pretty much every tool under the sun. Because after my second stroke, I sold my tools. I had a big toolbox, tools and jacks and jack stands and everything. And I'm like, I'm not working on shit anymore. My daughter got a man that's got his own tools and knows how to work on stuff. I don't have to fix her shit anymore, which thank God, because her last boyfriend, Zach, was, the typical person with the name Zach. He got a flat tire on his Chevy Cruze. He had to call her and she had to walk him through changing his flat tire over the phone. And he didn't put the jack on the pinch weld where it's supposed to go. What did he do? Just shove the jack under the car.
Oh God.
Yeah, I had to take a hammer and beat his floorboard back down. And people, don't, for the love of God, don't ever buy a Chevy Cruze. You would have better luck buying a 1991 Chevy Cavalier with 350,000 miles on it than buying a Chevy Cruze. I've never seen a car that half of the cooling system is plastic. And I'm not talking like good plastic. I'm talking like the same plastic that the ashtrays that used to be at bars are made out of. That brittle black plastic, that's what the cooling system's made out of. Yeah, he got all mad because his car overheated because that plastic cracked and I couldn't come and get him. So he decided to drive it all the way across Phoenix as it was overheating and literally sent that engine into nuclear meltdown. Like it wouldn't start the next day. It wouldn't turn over. He melted that motor down. But he didn't want to call an Uber. Look at all these stupid protesters.
And the funny thing is, the motherfuckers don't even know what they're protesting.
Yeah, but they're doing exactly what our elected Democrats are telling them to. And yes, people, there is videos all over the internet of our elected Congress people. They had a rally outside telling these people to take it to the streets, to rise up. And it's like, yeah, they said the same thing prior to the Summer of Love. And there was one the other night that I was streaming, and he was like, we don't need borders. And I'm like, fine, we'll just make Canada the 51st state and Mexico the 52nd state. We won't have borders, and we'll go down to Mexico and be able to vacation down on the beaches. And he was all like, we got a First Amendment right to protest. And I'm like, you're forgetting one thing: peacefully protest. And he was all about the First Amendment, even though he blocked half the people that were commenting on his live stream. And it's like, really, you're all about the First Amendment, but you don't like it when people are exercising the First Amendment because they don't agree with your twisted ideology. And especially the one that happened here in Phoenix. I was commenting on my phone on the TikTok live stream. And I said on there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, all these people loving Mexico, flying the Mexican flag while they're driving a Chevy Silverado or a Chevy Tahoe. And people were like,
I don't get any American citizen that flies a flag other than a U.S. flag.
exactly.
Like I said, I'm second generation. Okay, I'm not Italian American. I'm an American Italian.
Yeah.
And where I live, I am an American. American first and foremost, always. Where my family comes from, that's secondary.
Yep. And trust me, Ray could attest to this. You walk into my home, you got to close your eyes to not be able to see an American flag somewhere. I have a 10-foot wide one on my living room wall. Humongous flag.
Matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, flying any other national flag in America is treasonous.
Yep. And I hope that Trump makes burning of the American flag a felony.
Well, no, the American flag should be burned, but it needs to be burnt in a proper, in a respectful manner.
Yeah, but these people are out here throwing it on the ground, burning it because they hate the American flag. My whole thing is that if I burn the pride flag, then that's hate speech.
And but then
you're
so you have these fucking idiots out here protesting and doing all this and saying how bad the government is, the government this, government that, but you're the same motherfuckers that want huge government. You're the ones that are wanting government to control every fucking aspect of your fucking life. If you truly meant what you're protesting, you would not be asking for a larger government. You would be asking that we cut the government like Trump is trying to do right now.
Yeah. See, the only thing that I want the government to do is pay my doctor bill, which luckily for the past 10 years, I don't even have to reapply for Arizona Access. I just get a email that says I have been approved for the next year. I still remember the time I was in the hospital, hooked up to all these wires and machines and stuff. The Access woman comes in right when my cardiologist was in there. and she starts talking about access, and the cardiologist was like, he needs to have like 100% full everything paid for, or he's gonna die. And the woman was like, oh, okay. And she turned around, had me sign the papers, and walked out the door. Hey, unknown.
I was about to say, it looks like you got another person joining.
I don't understand my live streams. I have some that's got like 20, 30 views. Then I have some that's got like 1,000 views. And I'm like, what the hell?
Well, it all has to do with the trigger words.
Oh, now or the past? No, that
If-
was 10 years ago when me and my wife first started dating, and we actually were supposed to go out on our first date. And yeah, as we were getting ready to go out on a date, we had borrowed my roommate's car. My roommate loaned us some money so we could go out because I wasn't working and she was only working part time. And bam, right when I was taking a shower, a big heart attack. I showed up at the ER with a bathrobe on, and my wife made it from 30th Street in Osborne to 5th Avenue and Thomas in Phoenix to St. Joseph's Hospital in 5 minutes in my neighbor's car, running red lights the whole way.
So now, is your wife working armed or unarmed security?
Unarmed.
Yeah, she thought about getting her arm card.
No, she because I asked her about that and she goes, no, I don't want that responsibility. I walk around every couple hours to check the place, and then I sit in front of screens.
Ah.
And she goes, and you think that you've got a lot of screens? She goes, I sit in front of 10. And I'm like, yeah, I did that once for 2 days. And I told the guy that hired me that I can't do this because after 12 hours, I start seeing shit. There's nothing there, but when you got 4 screens across and 3 screens up, the screen over here, you think that there's something that moved in it, and you're all like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, the access woman comes in to have me fill out the application for access, and my cardiologist was in there, and he was like, yeah, I don't know how this guy is still alive, and he needs to have a whole bunch of stuff done, and you need to just approve him for access for the rest of his freaking life. I mean, there's been a few times where I barely made it out of the hospital health wise. My last trip to the hospital, when I had my second stroke, I had to sign my own paperwork to get out of the hospital against doctor's orders. And they only let me go because my insurance paid for a wearable defibrillator vest. Because I was basically the Walking Dead. There's a thing in your body called an EF rate or EF number. Mine was at a 13. Most people are at a 65 or 70. When you get down to single digits, your organs start shutting down. They wheeled me to the door of the hospital, and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk to my car. And they were like, you drove here? And I'm like, yeah, I drove here. You can't drive home. I'm like, I'm going to drive home. I'm like, well, I'm going to drive to Denny's first. and get me a greasy cheeseburger and a cup of coffee. You should eat. I'm like, I'm going to do what I want to do, guys. And I knew a month later when I went back into my cardiologist's office to have that 1 month checkup, when he stopped mid walk, looked at me like he saw a ghost, I wasn't supposed to be alive. And yes, everybody's like, you should stop smoking. You should stop drinking coffee. I was drinking coffee Thursday when I saw my primary care doctor. I put out a cigarette as I was walking into his office. He knows I smoke. He knows I drink coffee. It's like I'm not changing anything. I am losing weight. And for those of you that just joined, I've lost 25 pounds in the past month and a half. Well, since Christmas, 25 pounds, which is nice. Making my wife all pissed off because she's only lost 6 pounds, which she always hates it because, you know, when you have tatas as big as my wife's, bras cost like 70, 80 bucks. And the first place she loses weight is in her tatas. But she's got to go in the closet and do the whole bra shuffle, find some other bra that will actually fit. And she's always like, why can't I lose it in my butt? And I'm like, because you're a black woman. That's going to be the last place you lose weight. Oh, man. Oh, it's 84 degrees in my studio. God damn. If I ever get the money to where I can build my own studio, that son bitch is going to be like ice cold air conditioned. Well, basically everything's fine in here till I turn all this electronics on. Then it starts putting off heat. I have found a very redneck way to get the heat out of my computer to go outside via there's a company that makes fan to 3-inch hose adapters. You screw on to your fan on the back of your tower, and then you put this 3-inch insulated hose on it. And then on the other end, you connect another 120 millimeter fan, and it will take that 110 degree heat that's coming out of the back of your PC, push it through the hose and outside. And yes, everybody, the heat coming out of the back of my computer is 110 degrees. And that's what I'm live streaming. If I'm editing a video, that heat reaches 140. And it sucks.
Yeah, a lot of my work today, I got to pull the truck out and back it in so that I can have access to the cab. But I'll be sitting down in the truck all day or the rest of the afternoon running fucking wire. Well, it's better than having to kneel on the in the truck bed. Kneeling in the truck bed fucking hurts my knees.
Somebody needs to make knee pads. Now, this is a great idea, and if you guys could figure out how to do this, somebody needs to make knee pads that have the shape of the ribs inside of a truck bed in the knee pad. So when you got to kneel into the truck bed, you're not, wedging your knee on the weird ribs in a truck bed. That would be $1 million idea, because anybody that's ever been in the back of a truck on their knees doing something, oh, your fucking knees start killing. Oh, and speaking of knees and knee pads, Haktua Harris, Kamala Harris, is going to be running for California governor. And yes, I called her Haktua Harris. Because how do you think she got to where she is? Not by merit, not by DEI, but by doing the old Glock 9000.
You know, hopefully Californians are. I'm hoping for their sake that they're smart enough not to elect her. I mean, if they elect her, they're providing more of a disservice to themselves.
Yeah, well, I watched a video, and it was a woman being interviewed by this other guy, and she was saying that she's either going to run for governor or run for president again in 2028. And I'm like, yeah, you can get down with your bad self on the running for president.
Yeah, that's gonna last about as long as Joe Biden's second bid attempt.
Yep.
I mean, she will be destroyed within the. It won't even be JD Vance that fucking debates her. It'll be some nobody that debates her, and she will fucking get slaughtered.
Oh, and if you guys heard the epic catchphrase that JD Vance came out with, he was being interviewed by this Margaret woman, and she was all like trying to stand up for the immigrants and stuff, and he was like, "I really don't care, Margaret." And it's like, that's the 2025 version of whatever, Karen.
Yeah.
I don't really care, Margaret. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, people on TikTok are going to make t-shirts, stickers, signs, everything. And the very next day, the two top people on there that run clothing companies that make all kinds of t-shirts already came out with t-shirts and hoodies with "I don't really care, Margaret" on them. And yes, people on TikTok run businesses that make their money off of TikTok, make a lot of money. I wish I could figure out something to sell on TikTok. And oh my God, people, use a gimbal. Everybody, if you don't know what a gimbal is, it's a 3-axis device. You put your phone in it, and it does it, and it makes it not look like this crappy mess that we're looking at. I've had two. I bought one used. I don't even remember what the brand was. And at the time, me and my wife had a 2014 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. We went down alleys and shit at speed in an off-road truck, trying to see if the camera footage would shake. And it was buttery smooth. We even went through these intersections that are in Phoenix in random spots where there's a big dip. We went through those at like 40 miles an hour. Footage was perfectly smooth. So this whole shaky shit is because this dude's out here just using his phone, shaking it. And it just irks me so bad. And I so want the new Samsung Galaxy S24 because my favorite way to do videos in the car with the two cameras going, Samsung finally listened and made both of the cameras stabilized when you're using the dual camera mode. Instead of just one being stable and one not being stable, both of them are stable, which is how it should be. But trying to get my wife to be all like, yeah, babe, you can go get $1,000 phone. Yeah, no. I can't even get her to come up with $50 for me to get a new hard drive. Well, she was all like, well, let's see what Amazon's got. And she's like, well, here's this 500 gig hard drive for like $15. And I'm like, I am not putting all my stuff on a $15 hard drive in my tower from some Chinese company. It ain't happening. And she goes, but it's only $15. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Oh man, the shaky footage. Oh God, it's making me sick. And you see, all the other footage is smooth. But this jackwad, this footage is unwatchable. And yes, I talk about cameras and stuff a lot on my channel. The reason is when I started my YouTube channel up in 2018, I was emailing people. I was leaving comments like, hey, I just started a channel up. Do you have any advice, any tips? Zip, zero, zilch, nada. Nobody wanted to help. I learned how to do everything that I know how to do by trial and error. So if I'm saying, get this microphone for your cell phone, get it because I've tried every single cheap one. I even tried the $5 microphone from Dollar Tree because it looked good, but only half of the mic worked. It only put out the sound out of one side. But now the headset that Dollar Tree sells is good. I bought one. I tested it out. The video's on my channel for $5. It's good. The little adapter cable that comes in the package costs more on Amazon than $5. Oh, an upside down American flag. That just irks me. I don't understand why people want to fly the American flag upside down.
Well, BP, I'm gonna jump down. I gotta get started. I gotta get these tasks done today. Ugh.
All right.
But I promise I will be back next week, guys, and I'll be over there. And I will be bringing my little friend with me.
Say hello to my little friend.
Right?
I said that once when I had my 357 Magnum with a 8-inch barrel, and my friend was like, "Little friend, holy fuck!"
All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get this started. So we will see everybody next week.
All right, peace out.
I'm out.
It is so hot in my studio. God damn. So let's get the audio going here on this.
Mexican Mormons? Yeah, can you imagine how many babies a Mexican has with 12 wives?
Got their instant karma.
Dude,
They got their window broken and the side mirror broken.
there's a whole lot of people.
They got rushed. That's instant karma. You hitting innocent people just because we protesting? Nah, fuck you. Lady, I was in prison most of my life. I changed my life. I work for the state now. But I was in prison
Oh
most of my life.
no!
Do you think I'm scared to go back just because I changed my life?
I work for the state now.
You don't do some
Yeah,
like
you used to work for the state. Not anymore.
that's fucking evil.
As soon as your boss gets wind of
Respect?
this footage, you ain't gonna have a job. Because you were just talking about
This just cracks me up.
breaking a window and breaking the mirrors off of a car.
You find an awesome guy like this to watch.
And if you guys are
You used to work for the state.
curious about who the gentleman is in the orange shirt,
It's out.
that's Portland Andy. Go subscribe to his channel.
So that we could do this. That person did what he did out of, I don't know, hate. But the police is backing us up, lady. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. The
Thank you,
police witnessed
scumdog.
what happened. They didn't do
Cheap
nothing.
labor, cheap labor.
What's funny though is that
Appreciate you.
They didn't
they're
do
getting a lot of steps in.
The gentleman in the car
Membership
with
height?
the lady.
How many months was that? It said 18 months. Holy moly!
Sweetie, honey, you don't have to watch my live, baby girl.
18 emojis for scumdog.
Thank you
Spam
for
the 18
watching me.
emojis.
Love you.
La 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 la.
I think IRT Media was banned from YouTube.
You have a great day.
I can't put him on YouTube. He was banned from YouTube. Originally, his first account.
And if you guys want to donate to the channel,
I don't think it's a
there's
bad
my
idea.
cash app. I will say this.
Wants to get crazy. a little
You
bit.
send me a cash app of $20, I will make a video shouting out your channel, your business, whatever you want me to shout out.
Portland, Andy. Thank you very much, Portland, Andy.
Thank you very much, Portland Indy.
Thank you guys for organizing this. You guys are amazing.
I know you guys want to. That's why I can't tell you guys any information.
Oh,
You find it, you find it. I can't say nothing. See, I know you're frothing at the lip just like he is. Only his is probably from drugs and yours isn't.
oh, these people are just.
Thank you.
Oh, look, equality flag. Now, a little tidbit of information when the whole equality stickers came out on everybody's cars.
I don't know.
I said on social media that they don't want equality. They want to
So good.
change the way our country
You make me
is.
nervous with that laugh. You
They
mean
want
tell
to
me you
make
laugh like that in
being
prison?
straight a bad thing.
Huh.
And everybody was like, no, they just want to be able to get married. And look where we came in 10 years. Now you got people out there waving the pink and light blue flags that are basically a pedophile
The
flag.
bottom bunk. What the?
Thank
Hey.
you very much to Portland, Andy. Thank you very much,
Hey,
Portland,
Macy.
Andy. These are
So we have
amazing.
Kansas City, Missouri, Denver, Salt Lake City, Fresno, Salt Lake City, Denver, St.
Thank
Louis.
you, Macy.
What you don't see is Phoenix. Because Phoenix will shut this shit down in a heartbeat. And I think it's epic. It's because they want to march down the middle of the street, not down the sidewalk.
It's all right.
They want to march down the middle of the street, as you see them right here, blocking traffic, disrupting people's
Why are
lives.
you here, baby? Why are you here, princess? If it's not content, tell me now.
And for those of you that are anti TikTok, all these live streams are from TikTok. You see the little T up in the corner? That I heard China is in talks with Elon Musk about Elon purchasing TikTok. I hope that happens. And he calls it X Talk. And yes, people, if you're still calling X Twitter, stop it. It's been called X for what, 2 years now? And it's not a tweet, it's a post. When Elon bought Twitter, Elon ended the life of the little tweet bird.
Salt Lake City, Jeff.
But like I said the other night, if there's counter protesters, it will get violent, just like the one in Los Angeles. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I will show you.
The real criminal is in the White House. We the people means all the people.
Let me bring up my X and I will show you. Here. A mob of Mexican nationals, youth protesting against American border security, got into a brawl outside Los Angeles City Hall. A person was stabbed and bleeds profusely. See? Summer of Love 2.0, everyone. Because all these hotheads out here are all like, I'm pro Mexico, even though I'm in the USA. Look at all that blood. But it's a peaceful protest. And if you want to follow me on X, there's my X page. So let's pull the protest back up.
So y'all can see it. Let me flip this. Again, I'm not trying to have y'all see people's butts. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. sorry. Excuse me. I don't care if I take a video right here, do you?
And again, with the phone up the nose, people stop that. Nobody wants to see up your nose.
All right, I got my screen down so I can't really see it. Look at this, bro.
There was a person last night, his name was Bob, and he was streaming via body cam, which I thought that was pretty damn cool.
What do you guys think? Hey, appreciate the gifts. Share to your friends in the South, in the Midwest. I want them to see this. All right, I'm gonna see if I can make my way up to the top of the stairs.
Yeah, you want everybody to see how
Sorry,
crazy these protesters are.
pardon me. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yep.
I'm trying to be nice. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Because that's all this is sheer craziness.
Pardon me. You gotta be nice. when
And oh, everybody, I made a video
Here, let's actually just go around.
a couple days ago
Let's go get an upward angle.
with a guy laying out the facts
Check this out.
that we didn't steal the land from Mexico. We bought it for $15 million. So
Come up here.
if you want to share that video out, I'd greatly appreciate it.
This is probably
Because all these idiot protesters are like, you stole our land. No, we paid you for it. $15 million.
All right, guys. Here's a good angle. I'm in downtown Capital. Look at this.
It's like back when back when I managed a bar. I had to 10 bar a lot there. I'm a really good bartender. And we always had Indians come in that, once they got a few beers and then would be like, you're on stolen land, all that, you guys need to go back to Europe, all that bullshit. And I'm like, bro, you're drinking a Budweiser and you're bitching about America. And they were always like, yeah, what's that mean? I'm like, you're drinking probably the most American beer there is. Budweiser or Bud Light. I'm like, you showed up in a Chevy Silverado. I mean, if you're anti-American, then why are you driving an American truck, drinking an American beer? We ended up having to ban them. These idiots, man.
Huh? Is it crying or laughing?
Oh, the stupid ads. I don't know if there's a way to shut ads off in a live stream. Because I've been seeing it more and more.
Hey, Pedro Valdez. Hold on, Mego.
Oh yeah, let's hang out the car. Yeah, that's really smart. And oh look, Chevy Silverado or Chevy Tahoe. Nice Tacoma. I really miss my Toyota Tacoma. But when the dealership bought it back,
CS.
and because we didn't do a trade-in on it,
Right, guys?
my wife was at the dealership getting the oil changed, and the salesman saw that it was a unmodified Toyota TRD
And gals.
off-road in a 1-year only paint color. He called me from his cell phone and was like, I want to buy your truck. And I'm like, well, dude, we're still making payments on it.
Keep an eye on them, bro.
And he's like, well, I'm at my desk. I'm going to look up,
We've already seen him attack one car.
you know, your info,
Might do something
figure
else.
out how much you owe on it. And I can hear him typing and stuff. And he's like, all right, I will pay off your truck. And I'm like, all right, well, then you need to get us into a new Toyota. And he's like, fine. So when my wife got home that day, and I'm like, but we got to go back to the dealership. A salesman wants to buy our truck. So we go back there and meet up with the salesman. And that's when we bought our Toyota CHR. Which, granted, I love my CHR. For it being a really small car that gets like 40 miles to the gallon, it's roomy. You can haul a lot of stuff in it. I freaking love it. And with it just hitting 85,000 miles, I haven't had to do anything except put 2 batteries in it.
$5. I think he could be debating.
And the only reason I've had to put 2 batteries in is because of the heat in Phoenix.
All right, Rachel, be safe out
Because
there.
if it's 115 outside and your car is sitting in a parking lot, the interior of your car can get to 170 easily. So imagine driving with the battery under the hood when it's 115. I bet the underhood temperatures get 200 plus degrees.
Wait, what?
It just boils the batteries. But as for anything else other than, you know,
I
an
hope we get those people from Florida back from last night.
air filter every year and an oil change every 5,000 miles,
He's in worse shape than 44. Oh.
not a single issue. We still got the factory brake pads on the car, and they're not worn out.
He can barely talk. You're right. He's about to fucking pass out. This guy needs some water ASAP.
And I know I get called Toyota fanboy all the time.
Like you
Call yourself a patriot, but you drive a Japanese car. If America's made a car as reliable as a Toyota, I would drive it. But they don't. Oh, look, Chevy Silverado.
And the number 28 is right next to him. Like right next to each other. I just can't see him in each other's streams. He might be behind her a little bit or something. Oh, there he is. There he is. I see him on the other side of the car. In his sombrero. Look at him. He's sweating in his armpits. You see him? Oh, I moved the wrong one over. Shit.
And see, they think that this is gonna do anything. All this protesting and all the flag waving, all the horn honking is gonna do anything for their cause. It's not. They just played into the Democrat playbook.
Potato, potato.
Hit the streets. Get loud. Make your voices heard.
Show the sombrero man.
Thank you very much, Portland, Andy.
Piggy,
Thank
piggy,
you very
piggy.
much, Portland, Andy. These are all great people.
You're 10 minutes behind CS? What the heck? Welcome to the future, CS. And thank you again, Macy. At least you guys know when the piggy's coming. You don't gotta ask me. That's nice. His mic broke. What happened?
I told my wife about all these protests, and she goes,
Fix your mic.
"Why? Why are they doing this?" And I'm like, "Because they don't want their friends deported." And she was like, "Well, they're here illegally.
Lord.
They have no right to be here."
Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. These are all great people.
Thank you, Cece. We made it. Let's go. I better make a new one before you guys forget all crazy.
Thank you very much, Portland,
please.
Andy. Thank you very much, Portland,
Missed it,
Andy.
see?
These are all great people.
We get this going here.
Oink, oink. Oink, 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 oink. I'm
Get
the
my
best
pig hat on.
piggy. Oink, 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 oink. Best
Oink,
oink, oink, oink, oink. Piggy, piggy.
Oink, 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 oink.
I'm a pig. Oink, 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 oink. I'm the best.
And if you wonder how Portland Andy's doing all this with the sound effects and the multiple camera views,
Piggy.
he's using a program called
I'm a
OBS.
pig. Can I get
Piggy's
piggies
in
in
the
the
chat.
chat?
Piggy's in the chat.
I'm the best piggy. Piggy
Holy
in the
moly,
chat.
that went by
Can I
so
get
fast.
some oink, oink, oink?
Open gate with the
oink,
fiver,
oink,
the super
oink,
sticker. Oink, oink. Thank you, Open Gate.
Oink, oink, I'm the best piggy. Oink, 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 best piggy in the town.
Oink, 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 oink.
Piggy, piggy, oink, 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 oink. I'm a pig. Oink, 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 oink. I'm the best piggy. Oink, 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 oink.
Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. These are all great.
All right, well, I'm going to run to the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back.
5 big poppy simultaneously. What does that even mean? I'm not sure what that means, but thank you so much, everybody. Dude, he broke his mic. Oh, he fixed it. Oh, he's out of breath. He's dying. Yeah, I gotta go to the mailbox soon.
Thank you guys for the roses. This is the first time ever I got some roses. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Whoever sent me the roses, thank you. We're going back to where it all began. We're going back.
Joanne. Hey, Bean.
Thank you for coming.
Oh my god.
Thank you. This was a great experience. I gave my hat away, and my poncho, and my flag away.
You got it all back, or what happened? You guys are funny over there. Over there on Rumble, holding it down pretty good. I like it. Twitch is doing a good job too. Kick's still trying, but hey, you know, at least they try.
Ay, ay, ay.
I'm getting a lot of like air fryer questions, and I don't mean to be ignoring you, but it is a news broadcast, so.
Can't touch him.
I don't want to watch you anymore because you're yelling at the chat. I didn't turn to this channel to be yelled at and to be patronized.
Fuck Donald Trump. Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Yeah,
Holy crap.
Tin._GFY super chatted $50. How do you say cardiac arrest in Spanish?
Fucking I almost had it from the 50 bomb.
Fuck Trump!
Thank you, Tin Gods, the 50 freaking bombers.
Yeah, sorry, my computer crashed, and I can't get my
Thank you,
regular
thank you, Tin
camera
Gods.
to
Let's do a dab to that
come
one.
back online.
I get my hat and my flag.
So we'll just do it like this for a while
Yes,
longer.
they didn't have any. Like Mexico.
The joys of having an old computer.
I mean, the workout. Yeah. Slow. Yeah.
And this camera view is
Gracias.
outside my studio window.
I know,
That's
I
my
know.
neighbor's truck and
I know, I'm over here
my
smiling.
neighbor's woman's car. I don't know why my regular camera isn't working right now. So we'll just stay like this for a while.
With me the protest. I have some videos that I'm gonna upload
Let's do this dab.
later on.
Hey, Paul. Fuck yeah, dude. Tin God
Thanks everybody that watched
in
it.
the freaking house.
I didn't think I was gonna get that many people watching this. But
Test 1 2, test 1 2. Okay, everything's working. And if you wonder why I'm looking off to the sides, remember I have 3 monitors here. A 27-inch Acer monitor in the middle, 1080p monitor. And on my left side, a 22-inch Dell monitor. And on the right side, a 22-inch Dell monitor. Why Dell monitors? Because they work.
nah, hey,
You don't want that shit.
back.
Hey, you don't want that shit, my boy. You don't want that fucking shit, my nigga.
Hey, that's not
Bro, I
that.
can't hear you. You don't want that shit.
That's why. Let's quit this. Let's quit this.
Fuck you up.
Está piratón, güey. No le hagan caso, güey. No le hagan caso. No le hagan caso. Hey, güey. No le hagan caso.
Oh, he got up in somebody's face.
No hay pedo. Sí, no hay pedo. Gracias, viejo. Gracias. Calmados, plebe. ¿Eh?
Oh, and his camera feed goes down. I hate that baby blue and pink flag and what it stands for. If you don't know what that flag is, that's the pedo flag. At least that's what I call it. The pink is for little girls. The baby blue is for little boys. Because, oh my God, you know, if they want to transition, they can transition. And we should be able to love who we want to love. Yeah. My whole thing is, years ago when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pirate. I watched some old school pirate movie. I think it was like Blackbeard or something from the 70s. And I'm like, man, I want to be a pirate. And I was going around going "Arr" all the time and made a makeshift eye patch. And my parents would have been like, well, yeah, you're a pirate now, so let's chop your leg off and give you a peg leg, and you could be a real pirate.
We lost our guy.
Yeah.
¡Viva México! ¡Viva la raza! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva la
God.
raza! ¡Viva la raza! ¡Viva México!
I just don't get it, guys. I truly don't.
¡Viva la raza!
And it's not because I'm racist or anything. I don't understand
¡Viva
protesting,
México!
period.
¡Viva México! ¡Viva la raza! ¡Viva la raza!
Oh, here's the question for everybody. Should Elon Musk lead the Government Efficiency Agency and audit the entire federal government? I say yes.
Yo no traigo carro, me dio rayo una amiguita.
No, es que llega mi.
Y van llegando aquí en la plaza del mariachi, aquí en Boyos y Palestra de Los Ángeles.
Oh, Christy Nome announces that FEMA has addressed 80% of the cases in Western North Carolina within 5 days. Promises made, promises kept, which I absolutely love. ICE arrested 11,000 illegal aliens in first 18 days of Trump administration. More great news.
Thank you very much.
Oh, and Elon Musk and Doge
Thank you, Kelly T. I
have
appreciate that.
gained access
Better
to
rest for less.
FEMA.
Shop the President's Day event at the Living Spaces Sleep Center. Save
And I know there's people out there that don't like Elon Musk. And to that, I say, why? Why do you not like Elon?
Estela, mira, ven. Estela. Estela. Mira, ven. Thank you very much. Thank you, Willie. 2A Willie in the house.
Oh, and President Trump stripped the security clearance for New York Attorney General Letitia James and Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. This means they will be banned from courthouses, prisons, and other law enforcement facilities. Yeah. Trump is pissing everyone off, doing exactly what I elected him to do.
Ya que cerraron las entradas del freeway. ¿Qué freeway es este que está aquí adelantito?
Freeway 5.
El 5. No te vayas ahí porque viste que está cerrado, ¿verdad?
Sí, miré, sí.
¿Sí? ¿Venías caminando tú?
Venía en mi patineta un rato y luego no los miré, se me fui para mi carro.
FBI surrenders to Trump's DOJ, turns over details of 5,000 Bureau employees and their role in January 6 cases. Good.
Never know.
Let's make all this information public. And the people that are against all this, all I got to say is, what are you hiding? Because I have said forever, you want to put a video camera on my hat and see what I do day in, day out? I don't break the law. I don't even speed. And it pisses people off.
Thank you for the birthday wish.
My wife doesn't even speed.
I thought you forgot it was my birthday, but you never forget. Thank you, Trip.
And it's funny when someone gets mad at us,
Just because.
comes
Thank you,
flying
Alex.
past us, and then we pull up right next to them at the next stoplight. We're all like, hi again.
Macy with the
Remember us?
Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. These are all great people.
Damn, we're knocking this 31 out the park already. Holy moly.
It's like,
Early.
you just acted like a fool. Revving your engine, trying to act all big and bad.
Oh, yeah, I was doing something.
And here we are right next to you at the next stoplight.
For LARPers? Perfect. Exactly what I want to follow.
Lord Vishnu super chatted $5. Yes, Mr. Homan, we've got some more for you. No, not dangerous, just stupid.
Your story. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Portland.
Yep, all these people are
Thank you, Lord. I appreciate
just
it.
stupid.
Thank you, Mason. Too. What was I doing? Guys are throwing me off my focus here.
Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. Thank you very much, Portland, Andy. These are all great people.
Birthday wishes. Adios, sombrero. Thank you, Oxcott.
No, everybody's cheering for these idiots. It's all right, everybody. I've been live for 2 hours. I'm hungry and need to figure out why my camera isn't working. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And as always, peace out.